of you. So now we have Sneaky, Shooty, Smitey, and Healy. Well, when Josh is able to log into Roll20.
Yes. Sorry, yes.
Unless of course, oh shoot, what? I was going to say something incredibly clever, but it got away from me. Oh well. Insert something amusing.
Which that in itself is amusing.
Indeed. Is there no K here tonight?
No, sadly.
We don't really know where he is, honestly.
He was online 4 hours ago, and he hasn't been online Discord all day.
I just hope he's getting some rest.
Yeah.
Probably. He has his own room now.
That's fantastic.
Any word on Chad as well?
Chad is held over at work.
Stupid work, ruining lives.
I, for one, welcome our robot overlords.
At least it's not school. School fucks you up for the rest of your life. So.
I mean, work can too.
All depends on your school, all depends on work.
True and true.
School was actually pretty fun for me. It's the student loans that were bothersome.
You know, a lot of people say you'll miss your high school years. I don't.
Well, depending. I mean, for some folks, high school years are hell. Mine were like an episode of The Twilight Zone. I mean, like, I think the primary feature I remember of my senior year was two men having a sword fight to the death on at a place called Devil's Courthouse. That was like the big story that year.
Huh. Wow.
Yeah, I know. It's like needlessly epic. It's like, okay. Nobody ever figured out why they killed each other with swords up there, but they did.
Mm-hmm. My high school years was 16 and pregnant with a new 16-year-old pregnant every single fucking day.
Go ahead.
High school. Sorry. My friend in high school was 16 and got pregnant.
My mom was 16 and got pregnant with this mistake right here.
Oh, shush.
It's okay. We're most of us are probably aw shits, and that's okay. Because our parents didn't understand basic biology does not mean we need to be punished.
Actually, I was heavily planned.
I was planned. My parents were just drug addicts.
I am a pre-cum baby. My dad's pull-out game was shit.
Well, to be honest, I think most of the world is here because of the pull-out game. But anyway,
should have swallowed.
Well, that's a little bleak.
It is.
How long have you guys known me?
Like a few months.
I know, I've known you for a little while, but that was especially bleak. I wasn't saying anything about you or casting aspersions on your character. Some of your statements may be more bleak than others.
I have no filter, I'm sorry.
That's just fine. Now, see, fortunately, my high school was still close enough to, like, the onset of the AIDS epidemic that all of us, like, very few people got pregnant, and all of us, if we did have sex, thought we had to wear, like, hazmat suits. So it made things very awkward and strange.
I mean, just picturing two people in hazmat suits trying to have sex, you're just hearing squeaks. Together.
You have now described my prom night. We're both breathing heavily like Darth Vader. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Who's your daddy?
That's impossible.
I am not your father.
I would hope not.
Oh,
Oh God.
oh man.
Oh.
And on that note,
On that note, you return to the Sexy Times in Hazmat Suits hour. I'm your host Tina, and now
on this week's episode,
on this episode, our intro. You know, actually, I think I'm going to rename this campaign room "Sexy Times in Hazmat Suits Hour" just because it's amusing.
That is a brilliant thing. It's not as bad. Because I went to a con this weekend, I saw Brian Blessed live. It was supposed to be an interview, but he was just going on in a monologue, and he spoke a lot about his penis. Because there's a lot of stories related to his penis, apparently. And he swears every so often, and this was at midday. So
Brian Blessed swear?
Fuck. Yes.
That can't happen. No.
He also punched a polar bear in the face
Why?
because he didn't want the hunters to kill it with guns, so he decided to punch it, and the polar bear got scared and ran off.
No. I think that's the best reason I've ever heard of anyone punching something.
Yeah, sometimes you punch to be merciful.
Brian Blessed
Things I never thought I would say.
Well, the polar bear sort of like, he said, Brian Blessed was saying, I'm not going to have any of these fuckers, referring to the people protecting him with guns, killing a polar bear. He said that he just punched it, and then the polar bear scuttled back. It was a big male, it scuttled back and they ran away. And if any of you know Brian Blessed, his voice is scary. It can be very loud.
Yes. He is an extraordinarily loud gentleman.
And from Yorkshire.
Yeah, oh, very nice.
Yes, from my area.
All right, so we have 4 folks here, and you all are going to set out into the plains of dust.
Ooh.
Now, on the other side of the river Sky, you guys have a group of coil mercenaries. Think of big coyote men, about 10 feet tall.
Oh, okay.
Yes, remember, Winnie, you made a deal with them.
Does she know what deal, though?
Do you remember the deal, Winnie?
oh yeah, that was the guys that were beating on the boy, right?
Yes,
And
yes.
They were going to come. Were they going to come with us?
Yes, Malorus and his coil mercenaries are, and he's got a few ogres and orcs and a few shifty-looking humans along, and there's probably all total about 30 mercenaries, and there are horses and supply wagons and whatnot, and basically the promise was he was going to get some loot.
That's right. That's right. It's been a minute.
That's okay. That's why I am. And I am getting a picture of Malice put up.
So he's not going to die. Yay.
I would hope not.
You guys are fairly hardy, provided you don't do something really dumb. Like,
Well, I just going
Dumb
to...
us, really? When do we ever do dumb stuff? We're the pictures of innocence in this world.
I was just going off the fact that ale's amphibious. Dries out. Desert. Not a good place for an amphibian to be.
no. Well, actually, the way it works, and you've heard about the plains of dust only last about 10 miles, and then you start reaching a grassland with intermittent swamps.
I mean, like I mentioned before, Ale like soaks his clothes in water and then puts them on, so he's constantly always wet. So I mean,
Right. Okay, 1 second. I'm sorry, it's taking me a moment. I'm just putting together a couple of visual aids.
oh man, I feel bad now because remember when he ran into Ale's chest and he's wearing that cloth shirt, so she likes flying right into his chest.
She's
Now
like
she's
stuck
covered
to him a little bit.
Now she's like, and then she gets off. She's like all wet now. She was just like, well, I needed a bath.
Okay, journal. That's what I needed. Okay.
It's like when a bug flies into a wet surface. It's you hear like a little splatting sound.
No. What's that? Yeah.
Alright, choose a phone.
So since he's amphibious, does he secrete mucus like frogs and salamanders?
He does not.
Okay.
No. That's why he loves water. He really likes water, especially when it rains. If it can get him wet and hydrate his skin, then yeah, he's all.
Alright, so here is a picture of Malorus. So,
Oh, he certainly has rather big feet.
Where at?
yes, he does.
Probably in the art, maybe.
I was just looking in the art.
General?
I just looked in the general.
Actually, what I did was I posted it to, not to Discord, but it's on Roll20.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I had the Discord up. I always have that.
No worries. So anyway,
He looks
there's...
like he's wearing a corset.
He is.
Okay.
They're popular among the Wolfen and Coils. Yeah.
Ah, that is a corset.
They were actually popular among 17th century European military officers, too.
They were.
All right.
Gotta worry about that figure.
That's right. So Malorus is like, Winnie, it's good to see you this morning.
Yep. Good to see you as well, Malorus. I'm glad that you were able to get everything together for us, so we could all go and.
Yeah, we can all go out into the lonely, weird desert with the wild magic where we all may very probably die.
Yes, but at least you're getting paid for being killed.
Well, actually, I'm doing this on spec. You don't have any money, do you? You know, I'm partial to changeling myself.
I might have a. Xarax pulls out a copper changeling coin. Here you go.
Ooh. I'll takes it.
A changeling
He
coin?
takes it, tests it between his teeth, plops it into his pouch. Let it never be said Malorus turned down good pay. I'll make sure if we all die, you die last.
At least yes, that crystal is copper coin. Although because crystals is a very nice place, it's probably a very well designed coin, even if it's copper.
Well, now it's got canine teeth prints in it, where he tested it by biting it. All right.
A particularly strong metal.
Okay, you all set off across the desert. Basically, it's like the scouts who have been south of the river said. After about 10 miles, it starts becoming grassy again, it stops being so arid. It looks a bit more like a savanna than a desert. Whatever, and the plains of dust themselves, you could tell there was just like, it's a fine ashy dust, like something burned everything down to the bedrock a long time ago and nothing ever grew. All right. So, as we're all traveling, you hear a blood-curdling scream from one of the horsemen, and him and his horse vanish under the ground.
Oh.
Have we hit quicksand?
Malorus is like, no, quicksand doesn't do that.
Giant worms?
Yes, I wonder if they're looking for some spice as well.
Just as you say that, a massive worm shoots up, grabs another guy and his horse with a pair of tentacles, and quickly pulls them under.
It's a never-ending story all over again.
What was that movie? Tremors? I was thinking of Tremors.
Yeah, just picture Dune meets Tremors. They're the size of the ones in Dune, but they do what they did in Tremors.
Spice.
Well, if you had some, that would be great. But what are you going to do, Winnie? Starting with Winnie.
Well, I'm going to fly a little bit higher and make sure to get out of range so I don't get eaten.
When in doubt, dodge high and be faster than the rest of the party. Got it. All right. Sarix, what are you doing?
Sarix is going to change form to look like something like Usain Bolt and just run.
Okay, are you running north, south, east, or west?
Wait, the bit that worm's big. Actually, could I? No, I'm going to. No, I changed my mind. I'm going to attempt to ride the giant worm.
Oh dear.
Okay, this is a challenge.
Please don't give Stormweaver ideas.
Right, this is a challenge. Okay. Now, what I'm going to need you to roll first is provoke. The second thing you'll need to roll is athletics.
Okay, so
And finally, the third thing you'll need to roll is ride.
ride. Oh, okay.
There's a ride?
Drive is what it's called
Oh, okay.
in the vanilla rules, but since,
Okay, so this is the first one.
All right, very good. Okay. You have provoked the creature. The creature is now coming after you. Gonna need you to roll athletics, Sarix.
Oh, damn it.
You should probably spend a fate point, and I would invoke aristocratic changeling custodian.
Okay, yeah, I will do that. I will spend a fate.
So you can either re-roll that or add +2. I would re-roll.
I will re-roll, yes.
Hopefully it's not worse.
No, it's the
It is
same!
the exact same.
Damn it. Okay. You could probably invoke why you gotta make it weird.
And do something weird to it.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of.
I'm going to attempt to lick the worm.
That would qualify as weird. Spend a fate point, and you can reroll once more.
Which do I roll athletics again?
Athletics again.
Yeah!
Okay, you are now. The made to feel very strange as you jump onto its back. Now you've got to get at least a 1 on a ride roll.
Okay.
He just.
Well, no.
Now you okay.
He
You may
totaled the
fail.
worm.
No, you may fail. You may succeed at a cost.
Can I know what the cost is first?
I will roll randomly to see who you run over with the worm.
Watch it be Dale.
I had a plan for what I was going to do. I hope I don't get run over by a worm first.
Right?
So yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that. I'll roll over someone.
Okay. So Winnie is 1. So 1 through 3, Winnie, Stormweaver, Ale. The rest, I'm going to roll a d20. Malorus is number 4. Wow. Okay. So here we go. Okay. The worm just hits Malorus. Let's see if Malorus can somehow try to survive this.
I sure hope so. I mean, I know he's a mercenary, but still.
All right. So yeah. Malorus manages to dodge barely. He gets thrown back, the wind knocked out of him. He takes 1 stress. Okay. All right. So now you're riding the worm. Very good.
Where did he give his worm riding license?
Malorus is like, well, that did not go like I planned. Stormweaver.
Okay. So, if I know anything about worms, and I do, as the Stormweaver, they don't like rain. They get out of the dirt when there's rain because they don't want to drown. So, I would like to have him fly up and make it rain.
All right. All right, Stormweaver. To do this, you will have to.
There's not a pole.
Okay, so you're gonna fly up.
No.
You're just making it rain. Roll rapport.
Alright. Rapport. The thing that I did not up in quantity. Okay.
All right. It is now raining. Fabulous. Now, a new aspect has been created on the ground. The aspect is muddy as hell. Okay, Ale. What are you doing?
Well, upon Ale's just complete and total shock of watching Syrinx riding this worm rodeo style, and he, since as has been made obvious, worms don't like water, they're going to stay out of the soil. Ale, I think I could see, since there's really no need to heal anyone here, he's going to basically just probably freeze some of the rain to be like little spikes that hit the worm. So a roll for whatever that is, lore, I think.
Rapport, probably.
Rapport for dragonoids.
Ooh.
Okay. So we're gonna roll physique for the worm. Okay. You start inflicting damage on the worm. Okay, Winnie. It's now coming down rain. There's sharp shards of ice falling. And now there's like 5 or 6 of these giant worms coming out of the ground.
Oh, I was hoping that wouldn't happen, but I knew it was a possibility.
Damn it, Stormweaver!
I'm sorry! I didn't know that'd be more.
You're just making my job harder!
How far into the desert are we?
Oh, you're about 15 miles from the river.
Okay. But are we close to the savannah area?
You are on the edge of the... you're at the savannah. They're coming out of the savannah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're coming out of the savannah, you said?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. I mean, I guess... Because, I mean, there's not a whole lot that I can do to inflict damage, but...
You can create advantages using deceive or stealth
yeah.
to help yourself or others. You could also use notice or things like that. So pick one and come up with something creative.
Yeah. So I'm going to use notice.
Okay.
And I'm going to see if there's anything around that we can find that will help us with the worms and pretty much get them to drive them away or whatnot.
All right, roll your notice. Winnie, you do notice something. When you approximately maybe 200 yards to the south, there are some rocky outcroppings that you all could get onto, and there's a mesa near them. If you could climb up to the mesa, the worms couldn't tunnel through the rock.
Just like in Tremors.
Yeah. Just like in Tremors. Well, I didn't intend for this to turn into full-blown Tremors remix, but you know what? Things are happening. Sarek is living out his Muad'Dib kind of fantasies. All right, so yes, you have found that.
Okay.
So what your advantage will do is it created the aspect run for the rocks. And that will give you a +2 to avoid the worms.
Okay.
First round, anybody can invoke it for free. Then after that, it costs a fate point. Okay. Sarix.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to make a ride roll. No, not just that. Basically, what you've got to do is you've got to accumulate 10 shifts to kind of tame this worm.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, you're trying. You got to break it to the saddle, as they say in horseback riding. So,
is this the lead worm in a way?
It's really hard to tell.
Okay.
Do worms have leaders?
I don't know if there's an alpha worm or what. I mean, I am not prepared for that question.
It's a different world. It's not Earth. The giant worms.
Let's not deal with the Queen Graboid. Thank you very much.
From what I know about worms, they don't tend to have a hierarchy.
No, I'm pretty sure they don't have a hierarchy.
Fair enough. So I just have to roll. So all my goes are just going to be riding rolls, and that's it.
No, actually, you can choose to do other stuff.
Oh. Could I? Would someone have? I mean, no, Sarix wouldn't have rope on them, would they?
If you spend a fate point, Sarix can have rope.
But I've used so many fate points already.
Don't worry, you're going to get some back.
Okay, then I will use the fate point. Sarix has rope, and they're going to lasso it around the worm and make rains.
Okay. You have the rope.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a
Craft.
crafts roll?
Yeah, probably craft.
I don't have craft.
You don't have that either, but you seem to be doing a good enough job.
Oh dear. Okay. Let's... Oh wow!
Okay. Despite the worm being injured by falling ice and upset, you've managed to catch its mouth in such a way that you can use it like reins. Now you'll need to make your ride roll. Or first an athletics roll to stay on its back.
Oh dear.
Now you may fail and be thrown off, or succeed at a cost. What would you like,
Are
Josh?
you gonna run over more people?
Hey, paint's good for business.
You know what? I'll let you invoke that if you want. So all right. So I'm going to roll now to see who gets run over.
Me and Winnie are in the air. I would like to state that part.
This is a giant flopping worm. I don't know how safe that's going to be.
Okay.
Apologies in advance.
I blame you, Josh, if things go wrong.
Hey, yay!
Hooray! Alright, so... Alright, that's... What was that? Okay, it's a 13. Alright, one of the mercenaries gets, like, splatted.
Yeah. They didn't even get to make any rolls?
No.
Aw.
They're fairly nameless characters.
I know, but they're canine-like, and it makes me sad.
He'll be buried in his red shirt. Anyway. For your sake, Skylar, I'm going to say it's one of the humans. One of the humans got splatted.
Yay.
Okay. The orcs are screaming, "Ah! What is going on?" All right.
I forgot there were orcs. Orcs are just so funny to me with their teeth when they talk.
Yes. Well. All right. Now that nonsense has happened, the worms get to act.
Oh no.
Oh yes. All right. So now here it comes. The worms are attacking them. Okay, the mercenaries managed to fight back some of the worm army that has been summoned by the rain. There's like 10 worms at this point.
It's okay, I have more of a plan.
Awesome! Alright, so... Alright, Cyrix, the worm tries to roll and crush you, and you manage to hold it off. Very good.
Yay.
And Malorus actually starts slicing into Worm as well, shrieking in his native tongue. Alright, now Stormweaver.
Okay,
Let's hear that plan.
Alright, I've got this thing now. It's called Lightning Nova, and the ground is wet where all the worms are.
Yeah.
So, I would like to try to electrocute as many worms as I can using this Lightning Nova thing.
But there's
Roll rapport.
true.
It apparently only affects whatever you're targeting, so it shouldn't affect everyone else.
Yeah.
The spell does, but the lightning itself, going through the water, you're using to conduct the water, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Ail's gonna die.
I didn't say it didn't come with its risks, but there's a lot of worms.
Okay.
Skylar, you are the master of unintended consequences tonight. So, all right. So, just gonna roll for the mercenaries. Okay. Large number of the mercenaries are taken out by. They're stunned,
jeez.
but they're taken out. I'm gonna roll for the worms. All right, you have taken out some of the worms. There are
Yay.
probably 4 left.
Yay!
Ale, I
Slightly
need
more
you to
manageable.
make a physique roll, sir.
Okay. Hey, would you get off the mouse?
Hey,
I was told to make a roll. You can't just like move it everywhere.
wait. Was it Ale or you?
Ale.
Oh, ale. Okay.
Yeah.
I knew I heard that right.
Alright.
Yeah, you're not on the ground, and you can't. You aren't targeting yourself with your magic.
This is also true.
Oh.
dear.
Oh.
Okay, Ale, take 5 shifts of stress. Here's the way this can work. Let me check your character sheet and see how we can do this. Jeez, oh Pete. All right, so Ale, you could mark your 3 box of stress,
All right.
and then you could take a mild consequence. So for that mild consequence, might I recommend stunned,
Okay.
shocked, something like that.
Okay.
Tased mercilessly, I don't know.
I'm sorry, Ale. I did not mean for that to happen.
Emperor Palpatine up in the sky is throwing lightning bolts.
You electric everything water.
It took out 6 of them.
Hoo-wee. All right. Ale, what are you gonna do?
Thankfully, you're a healer.
I mean, aren't I stunned? Like, can't I not do anything?
No, actually, the way that works is I can invoke that against you to make your life difficult and give you a fate point for it. So,
What can I do? Whoa.
Probably try healing yourself. That'd be something that I would do.
Like, amidst all of the pain of being shocked and everything, I could probably do some sort of lore roll to try to remember if there's something I could do to nullify the pain or something.
yeah, sure, make your lore roll. The difficulty is going to be 3 because you are in some pain. All right. You basically throw yourself down on the ground and allow the electricity to finish grounding through you.
Awesome.
Yay, we know how electricity works.
All right. Okay. Winnie. Lovely Winnie.
But I don't want
What do you want to do?
to. I don't know. What do I need to roll? A physique as well?
No, you weren't on the ground.
Okay, just making sure.
Can't be struck by the lightning in the water if you're not in the water.
Sure.
I got a quick question though.
Sure.
Okay, so dragons have wings that or have membrane-like wings.
Yes.
What about Winnie's wings? Because hers are kind of styled like a butterfly's, if I'm correct. Like, don't butterflies not be able to fly in rain? Or
Unfortunately, Winnie also flies equally by magic as well as her wings.
Okay.
She is a pure-blood fairy, so...
All right, makes sense.
So
You could possibly use Provoke to get some of the worms to chase you.
Well, so what? Yeah, what the hell? Because I was gonna make a dash for the rocks anyways. So
Okay, nice. Yeah.
I'll do that. So I'll provoke them and run and go
Okay,
towards
so
the.
you're trying to get to the rocks.
Yeah.
Okay, this is another challenge. You use provoke to get the worm's attention. You use athletics to outrun the worms. And finally, you use stealth to trick the worms into running into the rock.
Okay. Nice. So they're provoked.
Okay, Sarix, your worm is chasing after Winnie. Okay.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. You may spend a fate point to get a +2, which would make it successful. Or you may yeah, basically I would invoke your trickster or possibly with a bang, not a whimper. You could invoke both of those. Spend
Yeah.
2 fate points.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. So
All right,
spend 2 hit points.
you zip toward those rocks. You are like, and lastly, stealth.
Oh,
All right. Do you want to fail or succeed at a cost?
I will succeed at a cost.
Okay. The worms hit the rock at full speed with a most meaty, horrible smack.
And just like tremors, explode in orange blood.
Sure. Yes, absolutely. Bert Helmer would be proud at this moment. Okay. So, Sarix.
Hello.
Hello.
Comedy boy.
Because you are kind of the collateral damage here on Winnie's awesome trip,
Oops.
your challenge will be
Oh,
make an
God.
athletics roll, a physique roll, and notice athletics physique.
Notice.
That's the order.
Okay.
The worms weren't even like. Honestly, the worms weren't going to kill us. It was going to be each other.
It might be your own undoing.
Right, so,
On the bright side, I know I have an AoE effect.
You certainly do.
Right, here we go. Notice first. Oh, yay.
All right, you succeed. Excellent. You notice that this is happening.
It'd be really funny if he didn't. Whoa, what's going on? Oh, it's raining.
I just pictured Saric's face, like the mouth going like tiny to like just a small like centimeter inch like long line, and like his eyes just becoming dinner plates, noticing the rock that's coming at him.
There's a giant rock wall you're headed toward. So,
And then you said physique next? Or
no, athletics.
Right.
No.
Okay.
We are not good with rolls tonight.
You could invoke your freelance custodian.
And
I will do that.
Sarix is not as athletic as I was thinking he was.
All right. So you managed to do that. You've barely managed to start jumping off. Okay, so it was notice, athletics,
Physique, I think you said.
physique. Yes, physique is the last one. Roll well, Josh. Roll well.
Oh, praise Cthulhu.
Yay!
All right. Oof, you managed to hit the rock, roll, and come up perfectly.
And just at the end, I'm just going to brush
brushed off the dust casually.
Actually, as you try that, it's just like you just like get a bunch of mud, like
It's just mud.
because everything is just sodden to the bone. All right, Malorus and his ragtag group of mercenaries makes their way to the rock.
Oh, can
So
Ale
he
take off
orders
the stress now, or is it like a...
He loses all stress is gone, but he's got the stunned aspect for one more scene.
Oh, okay.
All right. Actually, we could change that to singed. Okay. Malorus is like, Winnie, that was very good thinking. You saved our lives. He just gives you the side eye, Stormweaver. He's just like, what is wrong with you?
It worked! He's just shrugging over there. Sorry, though.
Ale is slowly trying to pick himself up, but he's like still trying to like he stays in a crouching position because he's got that feeling that you get when your limbs are asleep, that pins and needles feeling.
Malorus actually comes and helps you up, Ale, and has you leaning on him, and he's like, "You're fresh out of your tribe, aren't you? Stormweaver, was it?"
He nods.
I'm gonna tell you something, and I want you to really note this. Do you understand what I'm saying?
He's listening.
Not everyone is immune to electricity.
He's looking around. Rather disappointingly so, I must say.
Rather, if you think it was disappointing on your end, wait till you're standing down there. I think my fur is off my tail.
Like at the comment Stormweaver made about being disappointed, Ale just looks up and just really badly like tries to sound out "sod off."
Nice.
The Stormweaver's like, maybe I can help, and he comes running over towards him.
Stay away from me.
All right, so Stormweaver.
Yes.
Because everybody's kind of busting your balls about this, you may get a fate point for inexperienced Dragonoid Shaman. Yeah, you can get that fate point. Well played. Terrifyingly well played.
Thank you. I'm not sure if I should say thank you, but thank you.
Ale looks over at Syrinx and just like grits his teeth a little bit and goes like, "Only thing you're good for is business, not riding giant worms."
I wasn't the one that electrocuted you.
This poor Wolfman. I'm sorry. What was your name?
Morris, and I'm a coyote man, thank you.
This wonderful coyote man just took a hit from the giant worm you were attempting to ride.
Malorus has loosened his corset, sat down, and started drinking wine. Winnie, you want some?
Yeah, thank you. That I'll take a little taste.
Does anyone want any coffee?
Ale looks over. I can tell you 3 places you can shove that barista of yours.
Actually, from peering over the donkey, Yusuf is like, please do not put me in any of his orifices. I beg of you. Malorus looks over at you, Syrinx, and goes, that was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Well, thank
Have some wine.
the tribe and get some devil weed for this.
I'm not even going to pretend to understand what you were talking about. So, Winnie, I think we're going to camp here for the night. I think everybody's a little worn out from being, I don't know, electrocuted.
He just like gives him a look like, I am sorry. All right.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. That way we can start anew in the morning with everybody refreshed.
Climb up this mesa, I guess. At that moment, the orcs are trying to tame their hair enough to get them back into their braids.
Ale's walking around seeing if there's anyone who got like little ice shards in them. He's picking them out.
Yeah, you're picking out ice shards.
I'm not the only one who did collateral damage.
No, you are not.
Yeah, but you didn't try to kill everyone.
Well, the good news though is, Ale, they don't realize that you were the one that did the ice. They're still blaming Stormweaver. Figure hail comes with storms, goes with the territory.
He's too fuming right now to even remotely apologize and say it was his fault for the ice.
Stormweaver's just taking the blame. He feels he deserves it at this point. For the night, though, he does want to do something to make it up for him. I am looking at like my list of skills. I don't have a lot of things that would be particularly helpful.
Yes.
Let's see. I don't think there's anything magical he could really do that would make them happy. Let's see.
You could use lure to forage for mushrooms, berries, etc.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, because I have number 3 on the stunts about like it's specifically for survival type things and food and such.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I'd still roll lore for that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let me find it. There we go.
Okay, you don't actually. No, I was reading the stunt. You don't even have to. Oh, you didn't have to spend a fate point, but you do manage to bring back some fairly tasty food. The orcs and the coils are looking a little more approvingly at you.
He's just smiling apologetically at them. He really does look guilty about it.
Malorus is like, it's all right, boy. Girl, I don't know. All you dragonoids look the same.
Which is funny, because usually only females have the wings.
Ale comes over and like pulls an ice shard off his tail.
Thanks. Usually I expect dinner before somebody touches my tail, but you know, we survived worms. Won't make it too weird.
Well, it's a good thing I have an affinity for fur, I guess.
Speaking of food, wouldn't the worms be able to be cooked?
Yeah, actually, they've been harvesting worm meat and cooking it.
Oh, okay, all right. Worm meat.
It ain't bad.
There's a euphemism there.
The old orc who's the cook is like, there is not. Everything I cook is good and healthy for you. Just because it were a worm doesn't mean it's going to give you the euphemism.
That's what my last male partner said to me.
Oh. You know what I use for that? What you do is you take a big old container of duck fat and you just smear it all up on there. Gets rid of the euphemism just like anything else.
Ale is actually is like giving out a hearty laugh. He's like enjoying that.
All right, so Winnie, would you make a notice roll?
Yeah. Hang on 1 second.
Ooh.
I gotta get back to the other side of the house. Hold on.
Oops.
Run, Winnie, run.
Oh, by the way, I imagine that this is way too light, but like, you know how the worms like swallowed some people?
Mm-hmm.
I imagine Stormweaver would be attempting to hack open like the worms to see if they're somehow still alive.
Well, there's once they hit the rocks, there's pieces of Jim over there and over there, right there.
I don't imagine
All
the
right,
electrocuted
Winnie?
ones fared any better.
No. Well, actually, they lived. So, you know, the combination of being swallowed by the worm and then hitting a rock at like a very high speed, that's what'll
Yeah.
do it.
I mean, it's kind of looking like a Middle Eastern firework party aftermath. So,
All right, so Winnie, you look out and you see some lions on the savannah.
Oh, great.
Actually, they're grazing on grass.
Oh.
The lions?
Yes.
Are they supposed to do that? Oh, I'm sorry.
Right.
Well, that's exactly what I say. I look over and I said, the lions. Are they supposed to do that?
Depends.
Well, I think Stormweaver would be the one who knows a lot about wildlife.
Uh-huh.
Um,
This is not typical lion behavior. You don't even have to roll.
Okay, good. No, that's pretty weird.
I thought so. Why are they eating grass?
Out of nowhere, you hear this terrifying bleat. And, like, this pack of sheep just leap on the lion and commence tearing it apart. And you're like, what? You know that this is bad. This is not right. This is not normal.
Well, this is unique.
What did y'all just see that? Because
Oh yeah.
yeah, I don't want to go over that way.
Ale looks over at Malorus and goes, "You've got any more of that wine?"
He just passes you the bottle. Although, Winnie, you have noted that none of these weird animals seem to come up on the rocks or approach the mesa. It's made of a peculiar gray stone.
Oh, I hope
Oh,
that
that's
it's
cool.
not a scene like in Avatar: Last Airbender, with the like, what were they, like, hornet?
Oh, you're on about the canyon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not the
it's
canyon.
fortunately not that. No, it's not that you're on a giant creature. No.
There's like these flying geez, what is that called? Like buzzard bees.
Oh, the Hornets episode in the mid on that rocky island when
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because it's a magnetic thing.
All right. All of the male characters need to roll a will roll.
Oh,
Does that include Serex?
Syrinx? No. Syrinx is of indeterminate gender.
Okay.
all right. A will roll.
Yes.
Okay.
Is this mine?
There's Stormweaver.
Oh no. And this one is Ales.
Damn, Ale's a stone cold son of a bitch. Okay. Dang. Okay. So, The mercenaries, Malorus included, you all hear singing.
Oh, sirens.
And basically the mercenaries are all kind of climbing up the rocks in the dark. So, Winnie, Syrinx, and Ale, what are you going to do?
So I'm taking it since Stormweaver rolled very poorly. He's
And
Yes.
is climbing up the rock.
he's affected by
Yes.
this. And Ale just looks over at the other two and let's we gotta help.
Now, Winnie, you recognize this. You know this sound. You know these are harpies.
Okay. Oh gosh.
Oh,
okay.
the bird ladies?
Yeah.
They're kind of, yeah. They're like, like mermaids, except with wings.
Mermaids of the sky.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
like birds with human faces and
It's
usually
a
boobs.
sky
which-
mermaid.
Can I roll? Hold on. Let me look at my mind game stunt. I want to see if that would do anything. If I can find it.
Mind games. Basically, it gives you a +2 to deceive someone.
There it is, yeah. So, in that case, I guess I want to use a rapport roll
Okay.
to see like if I can snap them out of it.
Okay. Roll for it. Okay. The mercenaries and the other folks, they listen to you. Oh, nice harpy.
Yeah. There's some really strange ones, so I thought I went with one that actually looks pretty nice.
All right, so you start coaxing them back, and at that moment you hear wing beats, and you see 4 harpies flying down toward the firelight, and they look at you.
Well, I guess it's true what they did say. The early bird catches the worm.
Winnie, would you like for them to know you?
I'm sorry. Yeah, sure.
Okay, you can have a shiny fate point. Winnie Shiny Fluff.
Good ancestors above. How many people do you know?
I should have known. You recognize this one. Her name's Callista, and you see her 3 sisters, Renia, Talia, and Maris.
Hi, Callistia. It's good to see you and your sisters again.
Oh, yeah, it's great to see us.
Yeah, about the last time that you saw me, that totally, that's not who I am anymore.
Okay, I'm going to give you a point for with a bang, not a whimper, so take another fate point. Do you have any idea how long it took for my feathers to grow back?
Looks like they may still be kind of getting there, but look, you look really, really good. I gotta tell you.
Okay, are you telling the truth, or are you deceiving her?
I'm telling the truth. If you catch more flies with,
So roll rapport.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, Winnie, you really have changed. So, we're sorry, we were going to eat your friends, but now that we know they're friends of yours, we're not going to eat them.
Yeah, I
Oh.
wouldn't trust eating me. I'm not that tasty.
We're not going to eat you. We only eat males.
Hey, that's offensive.
And that would be a bit of
Not
a
really.
surprise.
Our magic only tends to work on males.
That would have been
It's
a
weird.
surprise to them because Stormweaver is a hermaphrodite.
Yeah. It's all going in the same place. And actually, Renia says it all goes in the same place anyway.
So what are you doing this far to the south?
Oh, well, we took up residence here. Basically because of a little problem with a dwarf king in the north. So we came down here and found out that nobody was going to attack us here, so we basically settled on this mesa. This mesa is the only place where things aren't too weird in this entire region.
Seraph is looking over towards the
I
sheep
was
and the
noticing
lions.
that earlier.
The sheep are ominously not there.
Yeah, well,
They're
we're
stalking.
looking to where they're stalking. Yeah, not weird at all. Herbivores now suddenly being meat eaters. And vice versa.
Oh, sweetie, that's not the weirdest thing. But anyway, yeah, the only thing up there, when you get up to the ruins, you're going to want to go up onto the mesa and then make your way through the ruins, and then you will come to a village, and you can stay the night there, and it's pretty safe, and you can resupply.
Okay, awesome. Well, I appreciate that. And
Oh, just mind the trap doors. A lot of
Yeah.
trap doors in the ruins.
oh, okay.
Not that it
Any-
bothers us.
anything else that you can tell us about the theme of the I can't even read my writing. What is it? The Molusters?
Oh, the tomb, yes.
Yeah.
She's like, oh yeah, that's in that. I think it's in that weird city very far to the south. Oh, one last thing. That village, it's inhabited by ducks.
By ducks.
Yeah, weird humanoid ducks. You can't understand a word they say. I mean, like, we can speak every language, and we couldn't understand what they were saying.
Did you try quacking?
Yeah, that didn't work too well, and well, it's weird. It's like these guys have been cursed never to communicate with anybody outside their own little village.
Oh.
As far as we can tell, we think the place was built by elves, but it's hard to tell.
Are they friendly enough, or are they?
Oh yeah, they're super sweet. They're really nice.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. Thank you. And it is dark by this time. Is that right?
Yeah, it's dark.
Yeah. So if it's okay with you and your sisters, Callista, that I think we're just going to camp here tonight, and then we'll head on.
Yeah, sure. Camp here all you want. Yeah, the sheep won't get you. Do watch out for the goat snakes, though. Those are weird.
Okay. Well, okay. Thank you so much for that information.
All right. Well, we're gonna fly north of the river and try to find some people we don't know to eat. So
Eat some worms, some freshly caught worms.
Ugh. It's cooked and ugh.
There's loads of other worms that are not cooked.
It's dead. That's gross.
Different species, different cultures.
Pretty much. Alright, well, Callista and her sisters bid you a fond farewell and flap off into the night sky.
Phew. That was close.
Close.
Malorus is like, they were gorgeous for bird ladies. feel kind of weird about that.
Ale, Ale walks over to him and like grabs him by the chin and holds up a finger, and like glowing water appears on it, and he like makes the dude follow it by moving it side to side, just like, how many fingers am I holding up?
One, and you've got a weird glowing ball on the end of it.
Yep. Oh, no brain damage.
That's good. It's good. Gonna drink some more, see if we can't damage this thing.
That will damage your liver. Real charmer, that one.
I think he's lovely.
Of course you do.
All right, so the night passes. Other than the strange, horrible bleating of the sheep and the terrified roar of some lion out there, everything seems to go pretty well.
God, what is this adventure?
In the morning, you hear basically Malorus comes over to Ale. He's like, "You're a doctor, right?"
That would be correct, yes.
Tell you what, I need you to put your foot on my knee and pull these strings real tight.
You, okay.
Got to lace it back up.
Okay. Okay. Just
You managed to pack his potbelly back into his course, and he's like, "Oh yeah, looking good."
I feel like I was just flirted with.
Hey, if you think it's flirting, you know. Oh no, though. I kind of need to give you the sniff over first before I make a decision.
he gently pats him on his chest and just kind of nods like slowly, and then slowly walks away.
Back away slowly. Okay. So, gonna need everybody to make an athletics roll as we... Or actually, no, the flyers don't have to, but all you regular folks that have to walk, you gotta make an athletics roll to climb.
Oh dear. And Ale falls to his death.
Well, fortunately, Ale doesn't get that far. You just kind of scrabble at the rock. Malorus is like, first time freehand rock climbing, huh?
It's been like 200 years.
What you weigh?
About 310.
Okay. Put your arms around me. I'm gonna climb up.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You want around your waist or your neck or...
Okay, you put your arms around his waist and neck and you both fall down on your asses.
Wait a minute. Sarek still has that rope.
Yes, Sarek's. Okay, actually for that, what I need you to... Golly, Sarex.
Why don't you give it to me and I'll fly it up there on the one end and tie it off.
There we go.
All right. Sarex, you can spend a fate point to ensure you still have the rope. Because it was in a giant chewy worm's mouth. And the worm did strike the mesa at pretty high speed, so...
Go on then, I'll spend one of my last fate points.
Also, I really want to know what Malorus said when he fell over.
Well, as soon as they recuperated, Ale kind of like stood up and was just like, and patted him on his shoulder again. Was just like, strong male, but I think I'm too heavy.
Yeah, well, usually that works.
Maybe for
One
the
time I
ladies.
dated an ogre. She was pretty heavy. I managed to climb a rock with her. Weird.
I think I've
Must have
found
been
a
from
few.
the electrocution and harpies and. Goddamn, we better find some gold.
So, okay, I've just spent my fate point.
Okay, so Winnie, you fly the rope up there, and you manage to find a secure point to tie it to, and all the unfortunate unflying people climb their way up.
Yay!
Stormweaver was going to ask if one of them wanted him to like fly them up.
At that moment, everyone is kind of looking at you, and actually, so for Sarix, 1 second. Sarix, nope. Okay. So for Stormweaver, I'm going to give you a fate point because basically what happens is the instant you suggest that, you have a mild lightning discharge, and everyone backs away from you.
Yeah.
We laugh now, but I have a lot of fate points.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Alrighty. So everyone's up there. Now, you folks are... The Harpies warned you that across the top of this mesa, there's a series of trapdoors, seemingly built by a previous civilization. So, who's going first?
Oh, could Serix use investigate? Because being part of the custodial services, looking through trapdoors to find criminals is very important.
Absolutely.
Yeah! Yeah!
Alright. You managed to find the first trapdoor. You actually open it up. Down in the bottom of this, you find a couple of small sacks of what appear to be heavy elven coins.
Quick, someone get me that rope. We're going to heave some coinage.
The mercenaries trip over themselves to bring you the rope. Malorus is like, Winnie, you never fail. You never fail. You always know where the money is. That's why I love you.
Leave.
I'll do my best.
Okay, so now there's three, and you can put these down as extras, large sacks of coin. The large sack of coin will give you a +3 on one resources roll.
All of us?
Just whoever's got it, and just whoever's using it. It's a one-use item.
Oh, okay.
Malorus is like, we'll take 2, you guys can have that one.
Okay.
Stormweaver doesn't argue. He doesn't put a lot of value in coins.
Ale looks at him. Oh, how generous.
Don't worry, Doc. I'll make sure you get some.
So,
His
His facial expression.
Ale takes that completely wrong, and his eyes go kind of wide and almost somewhat terror.
so do we all put the gold into our extras, or just one of us?
Just one.
Just one. I guess I'll do it if no one else wants the gold.
Well, I mean, I have the bag that can hold all the stuff.
Of course, you have the bag. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So
Look,
I'll carry it.
you're giving it to the kleptomaniac fairy?
what do you think of that? I mean,
Nice. Actually, Malorus leans against, puts his arm around Ale and says, "Now, my boy, listen. She's a thief, not a kleptomaniac. Kleptomania is a mental sickness. Thief is a profession.
Ale just kind of like looks over at him and like just slightly just like licks his lips a little bit and then looks down and then just nods and just goes, right.
I imagine equally wide-eyed.
How stupid of me. My PhD has failed me.
You said a lot of stuff and I don't quite understand it, but I like the way you talk.
I'm sure you do.
You flirting with me?
Well, I think I'd have to give you the sniff over first.
Oh, that was flirting. Oh, that's a little weird. All right. Maybe I'm a little curious.
Oh.
Stormweaver is loving this.
We'll think about making puppies later. Anyway,
I'm pretty sure my anatomy doesn't work like that.
we'll find something we can do. All right.
Man. He looks over at everyone else and like holds his hands out like, help!
Stormweaver's laughing.
Sarex is doing the digging the hole deeper motion, smiling.
Whoa!
Delight.
When we get back to Althar, you and me will have a dinner. It'll be great.
I think I got a lot of patients to worry about in my home city.
No, you don't. You lie.
You shush.
Well, Milan's not that far. I can always make my way up there anyway. So, Sarex, you were searching for the trapdoors. Might want to look so we don't blunder into them.
Okay. With stunts, am I only allowed to use them once per session or once per...
No, it depends on the stunt. Let me see.
I've got attention to detail. That's what I'm looking for here.
No, that's each time. You can use that all the time.
Okay, so I'm including attention to detail with each thing I'm investigating.
Actually, what that lets you do is it lets you use investigate to tell when people are lying to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. Well, I'm still investigating then. Yeah!
Holy crap, weasels. Okay. Y'all are rolling quite well tonight.
Finally.
After the strangeness that occurred with the worms.
Can I blame that on Cursed by Hunaman the Accursed?
No. When I invoke that, you'll know.
Oh.
I'm not going to take away from your awesomeness right now.
Yay.
Alright, so we have some ancient loot. Let's see what weird-ass extra you find. One sec, I am just flipping through. There we go. Rolling a 100-sided die. You got a 45.
Mm. What's behind door 45?
Another door.
You find a crown.
Ooh, fancy.
Yes, it is gorgeous. It's made of platinum, and it has really finely cut diamonds in it.
Sarex is just going to place it on their head.
It might be
Okay.
cursed.
It's okay. It's okay.
So,
Sarex? Yes, Winnie?
as Sarex places it on their head, her eyes just kind of light up. and she's gonna wait for an opportune moment and try to see if she can lift it off his head.
No. Bad fairy, you stay away. Bad fairy.
Actually, Winnie, would you make a lore roll, please?
Um,
Oh, God.
I can't. Okay. Oh fuck. I've got to go to the bathroom. I'm gonna piss myself if I keep.
All right, just take a. We'll take a break. Winnie, you recognize this crown.
Oh, of course.
This is the crown of madness.
Oh.
No, it's not cursed. It enables the wearer to target someone and, in game terms, make a provoke roll and cause them to do one random action.
So it's like the Wabberjack.
It is like the
Kinda.
Wabberjack.
Yeah.
Yeah, kinda.
that's awesome. But yeah, I still want to try to see it.
Okay, make a burglary roll.
You're trying to burgle a custodian, remember?
Well, yes, and you can invoke that aspect.
She can't even wear the crown.
All right, so okay.
Oh, they found,
So here's the way this is
something
gonna work.
Big enough to fit Serex's fat head.
So, well, Serex's head changes at various times. All right. So, Winnie has rolled 3 for burglary. What I need you to do, Serex, is roll your notice.
Okay. And I can use my custodian aspect.
Yes, if you spend a fate point.
That's my last fate point.
Don't worry, you're about to get one back.
Okay, I will use it. Yay. Spend fate point. Notice. 2.
So 4.
Oh, okay.
All right, now Winnie, you may also spend a fate point to invoke one of your aspects to try to outbid Josh.
I'll spend a fate point with an unaligned fate trickster.
Would anyone else see this happening?
Ale has his mask off, polishing it with water in his fingers, with a blush that can be seen from the space right
From
now.
the space.
Well, actually, what's happening is you guys are all doing this, and you have a master detective and a master thief. So think of like 2 spies doing some, like secretly threatening each other somewhere in a cafe, and no one else notices. That's what's happening. All right, so Sarix.
Yes.
Do I need to make
Winnie
a
has-
roll or anything?
Well, no, because you've got 5 over Sarix's 4.
Okay, just making
All
sure.
right, so here's what's going to happen. Sarix takes 1 mental stress.
Okay.
Basically, you're playing mind games against each other at this stage. All right, so Sarix, you may attack using investigate,
Oh, okay.
and Winnie may defend using stealth.
Oh, wow.
Okay, Winnie. Sarix has a 6 to damage your calm. Would you like to roll your stealth to kind of try to fight him off?
Yeah, and I do have a stunt, Ninja Vanish.
Okay. All right, so you're rolling stealth and ninja vanish. That'll give you a +2. So. All right, Winnie, you are taking 6 points of mental stress. Now you can concede the combat at this point. You can take 3 points of stress, and you can take a moderate consequence if you want.
I'll go ahead and concede the. I'll go and concede.
All right. So Winnie gets a fate point for conceding. And okay,
Sarek
Sarek
noticed this, right?
yeah, both of them noticed this, and like I said, it's like watching a pair of spies or master ninjas go at it subtly with even aware that a conflict has taken place.
So now I'm very interested to know what they're going to say to each other.
All right, Sarek. So what do you what do you think of all this?
Well, Sarex is happy that they have the crowd. But in terms of the actual... It's been a while since Sarex has a good investigation, so they're feeling pretty good about themselves right now.
Excellent. Excellent.
He didn't say anything to Winnie, just like gave her a look or something.
Yeah, it's just, I don't think anything's needed. No one said anything to begin with, so nothing needs to be said at the end.
That's right. The two of you have had this strange sort of grabby game for the crown.
Like, I just Sarex is holding the crown, with, like, just looking at Winnie with, like, this stern, motherly look, and Winnie's just sitting there, flying there, pouting.
Like, with the slightest smile on his face.
When he got to be the Inigo Montoya to your man in black. So there we go. All right. So you've managed to lead everyone through the trapdoor zone.
Sorry, quickly, could I add the crown to my extras?
Yes, absolutely. Crown of Madness.
Ale puts his mask back on and just slowly walks towards where we're going.
Stormweaver is just grinning at him.
The ruins themselves are beautiful. They're elvish. They look to be of elvish make, and they seem to be made of citrine. As you approach, a cadre of heavily armed ducks.
Sorry.
They're probably about 3 feet tall. They have human-like hands, and they come waddling out, and they're wearing armor. And they're like quack 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 quack.
I want to go up and use rapport to see if I can communicate with them somehow.
All right, the difficulty is you got to get better than 2 for rapport.
Okay. Okay, that'll work.
They're very friendly. And they invite you all back, and everyone's ushered in, and Malorus is like, well, we found some gold. We found our way through the trapdoors, and now there's a bunch of ducks. This place is weird.
Well, I did tell you it was going to be adventurous, didn't I?
Adventurous, yes, but we did find money, so that makes me happy. And I don't know, do you think he kind of leans into you and whispers in in Elvish? He's like, you think that Dragonoid, the one with the mask, he's kind of sweet on me? I mean, I never done that before, but I ain't averse to it.
I'm trying to decide what to say. Well, I think it's possible. Let me go talk to him, and I'll put in an extra good word for you.
Oh yeah, thanks. Your pal, Winnie. Your pal. I had you guessed all wrong. Back when I thought you had cost me my command and ruined my reputation and gotten me kicked out of my home country.
Sorry, this is out of character, but Winnie is currently his wingman.
I was
That's right.
thinking that she's doing the same thing that that Zach did for Kristoff.
Oh yes, yes.
I remember that.
All right, so Sarix.
Hello. Oh, can I take off my mental stress now that...
Yes, you can. Oh, and Ale, your mild consequence is gone.
Oh.
Alright. I've got another mild consequence.
Well, from your reaction, I'd say moderate.
No, severe. A wolf man just told me he wanted me to have puppies with him, okay? I'm
Right.
Actually, okay, I think we can... Actually, you could include that as a situation aspect. And I'm gonna put it on your character sheet, and I am going to say... How would you describe Ale's feelings at this moment?
He's still kind of sore over the last session. I mean, he found out a lot of information, and like one of the, as a shaman, he hasn't undergone the magical ritual that would make him celibate. So he still has like drives and wants to like have a relationship.
Right.
But he's trying to like live by shaman code, but like he no longer considers himself like completely dragonoid. He's lived with the humans or the other people in the city for so long, so he's very conflicted right now because like he loves fur. Like that's why he likes cats. They have soft fur, and like so now he's just like he's confused.
Actually, I would. Wow. Okay. Golly, I would actually choose one of my aspects and possibly change it to Stranger in a Strange Land, because you are literally out of water. You definitely have a wow.
Yeah.
That's a big character thing. So I would change an aspect.
Which one? Maybe the Sarix is good for business one?
I mean, I don't seem to get fate points for making, comments about Sarix beating people upside the head to get me business. So.
That's true.
Yeah, I would do that.
So basically what Stormweaver has.
Yeah.
Or we could say fish out of water.
Fish out of water, I like that.
Okay.
And it fits your character. So.
Here we go.
Sarix.
Hello.
You can have a fate point.
Okay. This is leading me down the path of no return. I can feel it.
Your magic crystal gladius is gone.
What? No! What?
Because it's a gadget, it can be stolen, and so I can invoke fate points. And you're cursed by Hanuman the Accursed, Good news is that situation aspect is gone.
Why do I feel like he would run up to Winnie and be like, "Where is it? What'd you do with it?"
Do you take my sword, you little winged puff-eater?
I can imagine he would do that considering their previous excursion.
So magic crystal gladius aspect goes away?
No, it's not gone away. It's like, do you want to get it back?
Yes, I want to get it back.
All right, so make that your aspect. I must get my magic crystal gladius back.
Magic crystal, what back?
Gladius.
I need
It's a sword.
Oh, the sword. Okay.
That's right, Gollum.
Precious.
Good lord, the number of golems I just heard erupt in my ear.
That's my hardly precious.
Alright, so that weirdness happened. Good God. Who was the last one I just heard? Because you sound just like Andy Serkis.
That would have been Jory.
Yes.
Alright, Jory, that was really good.
It was really
Crap.
good. I'm impressed.
Okay. Okay, so you all are in the duck village. The duck folk they're feeding you well. Everything appears to be good, and an older duck with graying feathers comes up. He's leaning on a staff, and he basically hands you Ale. He hands you a compass. The compass appears to have draconic runes on it and is made entirely of sapphire.
Ooh, pretty.
Is that what he said?
Sorry, I went in character for that one. I didn't mean to. He takes it in both hands and like just looks at it and like nods a thank you to the person.
Quack, 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 quack,
Like Ale is just gradually like nodding his head, like wide-eyed, just like mouth slightly open, as if like wanting to speak, but like just okay, yeah, okay, and then at the very end, like as soon as the dude's done quacking, he just goes, quack.
The old duck shaman hugs you.
Oh,
His hands are like on either side of the duck, like still holding the compass a little bit, just like he's just slowly like gives a little half-hearted pat on his back a little bit, just like okay.
and I totally see Malloris getting all jealous and upset over there.
It's a really old duck, though.
Well, Ale just revealed that, to Malloris that he's been around for probably more than 200 years, so he's pretty old too.
Yeah, I don't imagine Malloris would know the lifespan of dragonoids.
No, he's not that well educated, I promise.
He probably just heard Ale say, "Oh, it's been over 200 years," and was just like, "Ooh, good for your age."
All right. Okay, each of you is given a pack of soldiers' rations.
Ooh.
Basically, they will heal up to 4 stress.
Oh.
Well, I can finally get rid of these moldy buns.
How much of these rations do we have in the bag?
It's just 1. I mean, the ducks live a very meager existence out here on the mesa.
So I also have that compass. So if you're gonna type on mine,
okay.
Compass too.
Okay, hold on. Let me just.
By the way, soldier is SOLI.
It's SOLDIER.
SOLDIER. Yeah.
Okay, I put an O.
There you go. Kind of forgot myself there for a minute.
All right, so you guys have been given your compass, and the next day, Malloris is like, "Okay, well, let me say we get underway." Just the savannah, and looks like your compass will lead us somewhere, right?
I guess.
Do we recognize what the runes are for?
There is one. Okay, you recognize the runes. They point to great sources of magic. And then there's one bizarre word that none of you recall unless you make a 5 difficulty lore roll, and the word is Carcosa.
So we can attempt that.
Ale would be best. Since
Yeah,
Ale's
Ale
not
would be
here.
best.
Nice.
6. There we go.
Carcosa was a very, very ancient city that was said to have once been a place of great beauty and splendor, and then turned wicked and strange as the ages passed.
Okay.
So the big question is, was this compass made before or after the corruption?
So Ale notices most of the others probably looking at it curiously, so he relays that information because he recognizes it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So does the compass lead us towards this place?
Yes. There should be a matched sapphire. There should be a sapphire obelisk in the city that this particular compass will lead to.
Stormweaver?
Yes.
I just thought Stormweaver would have something to say. I don't know. I was just
About an obelisk?
I don't know. Would have probably he probably would have had something witty to say, or something funny, or sassy, or smart assy to say. I don't know.
First of all, someone needs to explain to me what an obelisk is.
Have you seen the Washington Monument?
The big pointy thing?
Yes. That is an obelisk.
Oh. Just a large pointed structure.
Mm-hmm.
Does it do anything?
Generally, they're decorative, but this one apparently is magically linked to the compass.
Oh, okay.
So we follow this compass. We'll come to the obelisk of what was that place?
Carcosa.
Carcosa. Right.
But we don't even know if that's where it's at. I mean,
That is exactly where the tomb of Molash Ta'ir is.
well,
Yes.
because I knew it was in the Nameless City, so
Yeah.
I was wondering if that was the name of the Nameless City.
Yes, apparently it is.
Il just kind of looks at the compass and looks at the direction it's pointing and says, "Well, if we follow that way, we will come to something. If there's nothing there, then we failed, or we took a wrong turn somewhere."
Have the Dragonoids heard rumors of the place? Probably heavily exaggerated.
Honestly, no. The Draconics really didn't hear it. Ale learned this in his lore studies outside the Dragonoid enclaves. Lore is possible. Ale is one of the most educated among your tribes.
Oh, that's different than real life. Ah. Sorry.
Well, you made a point to travel out and learn more stuff.
Yeah, and I've had 300 years to do it, so.
All right.
And I'm still considered.
So, are you setting out?
Yeah,
I would
think
say
we.
yeah.
Okay.
We got everything we need. I got a sapphire compass with draconic runes, and then when everyone got soldier rations, so.
And Cyrus has a crown.
And I apparently have a very romantic, interesting werewolf following us.
Coyote.
Were-coyote. So, I think we're set. Let the romantic comedy begin.
All right, so basically you travel through forests and plains for almost 3 weeks.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Once you pass various strange things, and over the time you have lost most of Malorus's mercenary band. Actually, all of them. None of them remain.
What happened to them?
Some were killed by various sheep. One was pecked to death by birds. Others decided to try to escape. Some disappeared during a storm and were never seen again.
Mm.
And that's...
So Malorus and you guys are the only ones left.
Oh, wow.
And as your supplies are running low, you come upon a huge lake. And standing on the lake is a very ancient city, and it looks so old that even the stone looks rotting.
Mm.
And taking it that this is the obelisk.
Well, actually,
Oh,
as
city.
you follow, you follow the compass into the city, and you do come to a square where there is this sapphire obelisk. In the middle of this square, to the right is a building that appears to be some kind of ancient set of bathhouses. There's a library to the north, and there's a palace, and there are various shops and what might have been inns or homes. And on one of the hills, I'm sorry, I just need to finish. On one of the hills, there is what appears to be the petrified body of a gigantic goat-like creature. It appears that a doorway was hollowed into its belly.
Oh.
A lore roll will tell you more about this.
And that is what Ale is going to do.
That's odd.
Standing upon the sapphire obelisk, looking down at the compass, which is probably spinning in multiple different
It
directions
is.
because you're there. And Ale looks around, notes everything, and thinks back to his time studying in the library.
Ooh.
You thought you would never see this, but in that giant goat thing is the body of a goddess once known as Titivola. And Titivola was destroyed fighting the Old Ones many, many, many eons ago.
So you say body, and because it's a goddess, is it still preserved?
It's basically petrified.
They turned to stone?
So Ale's, of course, kind of a little worried about that, kind of backs up a little bit, and then turns over to Malorus and hands him the compass before taking off towards the petrified body.
He just sprints away, I guess. Wow.
Okay. Ale is sprinting away. What do you do, Winnie?
I guess I'm gonna now. Hold on. Refresh my memory because I don't have it in my notes. So I know that we were coming here. What were we trying to find?
You are trying to find a manuscript in this healer's tomb.
Okay, that's what
He's
I thought.
kind of a mythical healer.
Okay, because that's going to cure the
red madness. Yes.
Okay. So I guess I'm going to use investigate and see what I can find around the area. See if there's anything I can see that will lead us
Okay.
to-
Roll investigate. All right, Winnie, you find you basically start finding tracks on the ground. There's something that ventures out of that goat thing at night.
Mm.
And you also find tracks in the dust going in and out of what appears to be a library building.
Can I? How far has Ale gotten towards the thing?
I'm going to say he's almost halfway up the hill to it.
Okay. So he's probably out of hearing range.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Well, no, he could probably hear you.
Draconics are known for their really good hearing, but depends on
Good to
wind
know.
and what disturbs, the sound waves. So,
Yeah, they're also reliant on scent for certain things as well.
yeah, but
Stormweaver, this place smells ancient and decaying to you.
Ugh.
someone better
All
let
right, Winnie,
Hollis
go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I want to see if I can shout enough and get Ale's attention to tell him to stop. There's something that's in it, or something to that effect.
All right, you hear this, Ale. What do you do?
Stop dead and turn back to look towards where I ran from, and then looking back at the goat, and of course just kind of just stands there not knowing what to do, because we're not sure where the tomb is, thinking that he could search it to find it, but if there's something dangerous in there, obviously he has to be a lot more careful with it, or he could just go back, because he's clearly not good at fighting, so if something goes wrong, he's not going to be able to get away from it, so...
All right, Maloris is trying to catch up with you. What are you going to do, Stormweaver?
At the time he was running after Ale.
Okay, running after Ale.
Yeah, considering
Sarix, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Is there anything else in the tomb to look for?
You're not in the tomb yet, you're in the city.
Oh, in the city. Is there anything in the city, to look for, to see what's happened?
Roll investigate.
Okay. Yeah, let's see. Where are you? There you are.
You can see where large swaths of sand in certain places was turned to bright green glass.
Ooh.
Whatever did this was incredibly hot.
Okay. Would I know how long ago this would have been?
Probably well before the Elf-Dwarf Wars.
How long ago was that?
Those happened 10,000 years ago.
Long before the changelings, then.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Pre-changeling, yeah. Okay, well, after that, I guess Sarix is going to follow everyone else.
Alright. So you guys have made it to the entrance to this body. What do you want to do?
I want to roll investigate to look around and see if I can tell anything more about where the tracks, what made the tracks and all that stuff.
Okay. Roll for it.
Nope.
No creature you're familiar with. Anybody want to try that? Looking at you, Sarix.
I could try that, but I'm wondering if I could use... Oh no, can't use anything else, can I? It has to be investigate, because that's... Yeah, has to be investigate. Right, yep. Doopy-doo, doopy-doo. Oh, wow.
Right.
What? Okay.
Whatever did this is very heavy, and it seems to have tentacles that it moves on.
Would would depending how deep the tracks are, would I know how long ago it was?
This was fairly recent,
Okay.
perhaps as soon as recent as last night.
Oh. Well, Sarek says, whatever made these tracks, they must have a lot of tentacles.
And it weighs roughly 700 pounds.
It's rather heavy, and seems like they were here very recently. Last night, maybe. Yeah.
Well, it looks like either someone else is investigating the place, or somebody lives here.
Who would live in a tomb or around a tomb?
A guardian?
Hmm? Guardian of a tomb.
Okay. Now, Stormweaver, what would you like to do?
I was just gonna have him just kind of fly around the thing and just like look like at its face and in its mouth.
Look, there is. You could get down the throat.
Uh-huh.
I mean, he doesn't really plan to do that, but
You could get down the throat, or you could enter through the holes in the back.
holes in the
And
back.
this thing is the vagina and the anus.
Okay, so we know the entrances and exits.
You know the entrances and the exits. You could possibly, if you were crawling, get out of the tear ducts. This thing is massive. The goat itself is probably 1.5 miles in length.
Ooh.
Impressive.
So he
And it's
just kind
all
of
made out
flies
of
back
sapphire.
down near the door. He just wanted to see what all, I guess, orifices one can go through this thing.
It's a body. That's for sure. It's a body.
And this entire thing is made out of sapphire, or is it just
No, this is made out of some sort of stone.
stone? Right.
When the goddess was killed, apparently she just turned to stone.
And
Okay.
so this is, you said this, what is this place, like the tomb?
You're not sure because people obviously they built this doorway in the belly.
So they made it into some sort of structure.
Yes.
So, well, Ale kind of like quietly looks to Winnie and asks if she could sense any kind of like traps or things develop that it would be detrimental to health.
Winnie, you can roll for that.
Yeah. So would that be a burglary?
Mm-hmm. You don't sense any traps. You sense that this was a place a lot of people visited, so they wouldn't trap this.
So this seems like it's a place of worship more than anything else.
Yes.
Oh, that would make sense.
Now there might be traps around a treasure chamber. Or something like that, but you don't generally trap areas like this.
Okay.
So Stormweaver would like to attempt to go inside. If the door is locked or not.
The door opens silently.
Oh.
Well, that's not ominous.
I'm guessing it's going to be very dark down there.
Yes, but fortunately, okay, quick question. I know dragons can see in the dark, so I'm assuming dragonoids can do the same. Fairies have dark vision. Coils and Wolfen have dark vision. And so that leaves me to ask, Josh, do changelings have dark vision?
It depends. I mean, since changelings, I think it's kind of like an offshoot of elves to me, so probably.
Sure. All right, cool.
Yeah.
I also kind of want to like pinpoint a little bit of Aile's psych a little bit with the past 3 weeks, considering they were working with a bunch of people. As I said before, Aile's never lost a patient, so because as much as he wants to do the right thing for the benefit of just doing the right thing, he still feels kind of like some sort of like self gratification, of course. So within these 3 weeks, losing the mercenaries, he would have considered them part of the group. So he kind of tends to like, if like Malorus looks toward in his direction, he seems to always kind of like look away from him in shame, and feels very, very strongly upset about it. So if he seems kind of like distant, that's one of the reasons why.
Perfect. Thank you. All right, so Malorus is like, well, we came all this way. Might as well go in.
All right. Well, yeah. I say let's go. Let's figure out where this.
Aile's already walking in.
As is Stormweaver.
Onwards and downwards.
As you all go in, this place is quite dark and gloomy. There were sconces for torches put in here, but they don't seem to have been used in a very long time. The innards of this place are a twisting maze, and there's a lot of points where you could be ambushed, or you could ambush someone else. So who's going first?
I think Sarix would take point, considering they probably have the best training with maneuvers.
Okay. All right, Sarix. After a good long while of wandering through here, you do come to a door with Draconic script written on it. And for those who can read Draconic, you know this is the tomb you're searching for.
This is it.
The problem is opening it.
And I guess someone with a lore roll.
Say again?
I said, I guess someone with a lore roll can figure that out, or like, is that different?
Can I use my skeleton key?
Oh yeah.
Yes, you can. Spend a fate point.
Keep forgetting she has that.
Yep. Okay. Use my
The door unlocks. And the stairs lead down. And as you go down, you come to a large room. There's various bits of gold, ornaments. There are boxes, there are treasure chests, and there is a lectern standing at the foot of a sarcophagus that seems to be carved of sapphire.
Mm-hmm.
what now?
I want, as we're entering the room, I want to check for traps to see.
All right. Roll investigate, please.
Oh, sorry, I did burglary. Hold on.
Yeah, burglaries to disarm, investigates to notice. Okay, there aren't any traps you can find.
That you can find.
Yeah. So
Keywords there.
it looks okay to me. Sarah, do you want to poke around a little bit too?
Sarex obliges and sees if they can find anything suspicious. Oh, hello.
You find 3 glyphs of Wraith Touch. Those would just basically pull the life force out of anyone that found them. You find a glyph of Searing Pain. And 1 glyph that you can't really identify, but it could just be too old.
Well, can the glyphs be disarmed by any magic users?
Actually, you can do it by scratching them out.
Oh, okay.
I was about to be like, we don't have KU.
Sarex just rubs them. Then
All right.
Some of the lines.
Now I need you to make a lore roll, Sarex, on the first one, to make sure you render it inert without setting it off. Holy crap, okay. You expertly go back to your custodial training, and you're like, okay, this is how you disarm these things, damn diabolists.
The Glyph Squad. The Glyph Squad.
All right. You now have to roll again for the next glyph.
Same thing.
Another lore roll, yes. All right, very good, very good. You've managed to get rid of that many.
Tense work.
All right, you got 2 more, so okay, you feel it start to trigger, and you manage to scratch out the 1 line you need before it goes.
Can I try to assist to give him an advantage?
Yes, you can give him a +1 by assisting.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Josh.
Ooh.
This one went off. Unfortunately. Ooh. It's the unidentified one.
Okay.
Okay. So I need everyone. Okay, Winnie. Okay, where was everyone standing? I know that Sarex was in there. Winnie was with them. Malorus was at the door. Stormweaver, where are you? And Ale, where are you?
Stormweaver was also at the door.
Yeah, Ale's with both of them.
Okay, very good.
Like, specifically because that Stormweaver would think that this type of gold would be protected by magic in some way, and wanted them to go first.
All right, Winnie, gonna need you to roll. Oh gosh, physique.
Oh no.
Oh, that's what
Sarex, I need you to roll physique. Winnie, would you like to invoke any of your aspects?
The only one I could think of would be the unaligned fate trickster.
I'd invoke it. Spend the fate point.
All right.
You may add 2. Okay. The transformation is temporary.
Ooh.
Winnie, you are now in the body of a male elf. Sarix,
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to make the roll to determine what body you are in temporarily.
Honestly,
This
Winnie's
will be a
pretty
new
good at that
experience because you can't, like, change out of it for 48 hours. Okay.
Oh, fun.
All right, so here we... Oh, you get a fate point for this, both of you. Um, here we go. Okay. Where Sarix was standing is now just this massive troll.
Oh.
A massive female troll.
Well, it's not the first time I've been this ugly.
So here's a question: do we have access to like our stunts and our aspects, or
Yes, you do.
okay? And we have our memories, so it's us, but we're just in a different body.
Right.
Okay.
I'm just imagining
So-
this giant troll with the crown hanging onto one ear right now.
Yes.
Ale was at the door when he saw when he I guess it was kind of like an explosion. I guess he kind of like jumped forward and kind of cried out both of their names like in sheer terror. When he saw Winnie, he was like, "Oh, okay," and looked at Josh, and then just Sarix and just covered his mouth, and you just heard the snickering before he just bust out laughing and like grabbed his knees and bent and heaved over.
Malorus is like, well, damn Diabolists. Hate them.
Like when Stormweaver saw Winnie is
When
like,
you-
oh.
Okay.
But then when he saw Sarah, she's like, whoa!
Winnie's not
Which
used
just-
to being this big, and so she's I guess he is trying to figure out how to walk with this large body because I'm very discombobulated.
Take a fate point if you just fall on the floor and start trying to flop around to sit up.
Stormweaver's exclamation of "whoa" didn't help Ale's laughing fit. He just now he's on the floor, like curled up in the fetal position, laughing.
Malorus walks over and kind of looks at the lectern. Is this the scroll thing you were looking for?
Yeah.
All right. Well, here you go.
Well,
I'm gonna set.
we can at
Hey.
least collect some of this treasure, I suppose.
That's right. Okay. Okay, as you all start grabbing the treasure, a huge, strange, hulking thing. It seems to be a black cloud with tentacles and a vaguely luminous frog-like face appears in the doorway.
Well, at least we found what made all the tentacles markings outside.
Winnie, what do you do?
I will.
Did their clothes grow with them?
No.
Oh, okay. So we just got two people who are completely nude.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's lovely. No, I'm the one that did not take the bath with everybody else.
It's okay, they still haven't seen your actual genitals. So. Just these borrowed ones.
I will. Um, I'm gonna roll a notice to see if I can uh, see anything in particular about it that I can tell the others.
Okay, roll notice, yeah. Okay, you do note that this creature is, it seems to be made of a dark cloud, and the most solid bit would be the head. So if they can hit the head, they'll damage it more.
Okay. I'm gonna look over at Stormweaver and say, can you use your lightning and hit it in the head?
First, he said, I'm gonna try to talk with it.
Ew. Oh, yes. Great change of character.
Well, we've been ruthlessly attacked most of the time. It's
Yeah,
yet to
well-
attack us.
Well, I wonder what's going on with those boogeymen right now.
I had a lot of coffee. So, he says to the thing, "We are attempting to cure a plague."
Okay. The creature in mute silence reaches for you. And it got a 4. I need you to roll your physique to defend.
Alright.
Okay, you managed you're grappling with the thing. The tentacles are trying to pull you in, but you're managing to hold your own and grappling. Your scales are protecting you.
Alright, fighting
Alright.
it is.
Ale?
Oh, dear. All right. So what am I dealing with here? I'm watching Stormweaver grappling with a tentacle, looking like it's about to become a Japanese hentai.
Yes.
Okay, so the tentacles, like you said, that the head is the most solid portion of it.
Yes.
So the tentacles would be considered part of the cloud, I guess. So they're kind of ethereal in a sense.
Right.
Okay.
Though Stormweaver thinks they seem solid enough.
Right. Because if it was solid, I probably would have went with a lore roll and would have seen if I could contend with the new skill, this new stunt I got, which is the reverse medicine. But, I think, he's gonna look at the, he's gonna look over at the headpiece and, try to throw an icicle at one of the eyes.
Okay. Make a lore roll. Or a rapport roll. Sorry. Okay. Now, I have to check a random thing here. Okay. As you throw your ice, lightning bolts shoot out of your hand. Remember what I said? I said a few sessions ago, magic here doesn't work right. Okay, lightning bolts shoot from your hand, inflicting 2 stress on the creature.
That's not my power.
You stole mine.
Good news is it doesn't hurt Stormweaver.
But I'm sure
All
my
right.
hand tingles.
All right, Meloris, he's basically running interference and keeping the creature from getting its mouth onto Stormweaver's head, like it's trying to. He's hacking and slashing at it. So it's back to you, Winnie.
What did Syrinx do?
Oh, say again?
What did Syrinx do?
What did I do?
Oh, wait,
Or
hang.
did you
Oh,
jump
yeah.
me?
Oh, I'm sorry, I jumped you. Go ahead, Sarix. What were you going to do?
I don't know. Can I use the Crown of Madness on the creature?
You certainly can.
But magic works differently, so...
Roll lore.
Okay.
Okay, good. Oh God. Okay. Yeah, you do so, and basically you have just summoned a madness elemental.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Now you've got. Hang on, I've got to stat that real quick. Okay. You've summoned a madness elemental.
What does that
All
look
right.
like?
Kind of a swirling fractal of colors and hideous gibbering laughter of children, old people, and various animals.
So hyenas.
But worse. Okay. So this is gonna be interesting. All right. So here we go. Hooey. All right. So our Cthulhu Guardian is going to get to go. All right, Stormweaver, you need to roll physique, and you got to beat a 9.
Oh, good
Wow.
gosh, that is not going to happen.
Remember all those fate points you got?
Yep.
Okay, you could invoke... Gosh, let's see. Stormweaver. You could invoke Dragonoid Shaman, and I need Electric Discharge Problem, and possibly dual Frost Swords.
I can.
Probably,
Hey,
like,
KU.
maybe the electric discharge one.
Okay. All right, so you're invoking that, so you take 1 shift of stress, physical stress.
All right. That's
But you managed to stop that.
excellent.
I think KU's in.
Yeah. I know.
KU.
KU, hello.
Hi, KU.
All right, well, when you can hear me, let me know, KU, because I have a plan.
Oh, no.
Gah! All right. Now, Ale,
Okay.
you cast the lightning bolt, so it's back to Winnie. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so now we have 2 things to worry about, because you said that Syrinx summoned an elemental thing.
Yes, and the elemental thing does not appear to be under Sarix's control.
Oh.
That doesn't surprise me.
Okay, Winnie.
Yeah.
So-
Oh, hold on a second. Let me. Where is? Trying to find my mind games. I can't remember what it does.
What Mind Games does is it lets you use provoke, gives you +2 to provoke and confuse someone. Which are you trying to confuse?
Yeah, because you can use deceive in place of provoke to make mental attacks as long as you can make up a clever lie as part of the attack.
Mm-hmm.
It. I don't think it's gonna make. It's not gonna make a bit of difference. I'm just gonna go and do provoke.
Okay.
Because it's the same level. So.
What is your goal in doing this? What are you trying to get done?
So I guess I want to provoke it enough so not the elemental, the Cthulhu thingy,
Mm-hmm.
to see if I can distract it and have it release Stormweaver from its tentacles grip.
Okay, roll your roll, and we'll see what happens. Okay, you succeed with style. Now, all right. So what's happening now is the Tomb Guardian, the big Cthulhu beastie, is attacking the Madness Elemental.
Mhm.
Since you succeeded with style. Okay. Syrinx, you see this happening. What do you do?
So the Cthulhu creatures attacking the madness element.
Yes.
Right.
They seem to be distracted by each other for the moment.
Could I use... Would it be deceive? Would I use deceive to make them attack each other further?
Yeah, you could put some gasoline on this fire.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Or actually, provoke would be better.
Oh.
Yeah, Winnie can trade provoke for deceive. You cannot.
Okay.
Hello.
I can hear.
Yay!
Yay!
Oh, hi guys, I'm sorry.
That's cool. If someone wants to use a magic effect right now, I'm gonna be merciful.
Well,
Sarek.
is a magical user, so we can't do that. Zarex, could I use... Could I intimidate them with my current ugliness?
You know what? Yes, I'll allow that.
Because I have my demon helmet of +3 for intimidation.
You know what? Go for it.
How many headwear are you wearing?
Well, it's one on each ear for the troll because the head is so stinking big.
So for the can I add that into the modifier then?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Okay. +3. Oh.
Oh wow. How badly was that roll?
It was going to be a -3.
Okay. Well, no, actually, the +3 goes with that, so you get 3. Do you want to invoke your? I'll let you use Changeling because you look like a troll. Do you want to spend a fate point and invoke that too?
Yeah, go on then.
Get a 5.
Yep. Yes, we should do that.
All right. So what happens is our intrepid pair of Cthulhu beasties sort of stops and just kind of looks at you and backs away. Not quite knowing what to think of what you've just done or said. Stormweaver?
I'm a troll, motherfuckers.
What do you do?
Okay. So that was unpleasant. Like grappling and tentacling and trying to eat his head. So attacking sounds like a good idea right now.
And like I said, if someone will use magic, I will have you summon Kayu's character randomly in.
Honestly, at the moment, I do think using my fight would be good at the for now.
Okay.
Sorry,
Roll
KU,
fight.
but yeah, my fight is higher than it was before, and hopefully this will be helpful.
So you're attacking one of the beasts?
The frog thing. Also, my some of my stunts might help with this as well.
Yes, they do. All right. You lay into the frog creature. And all right, you have whittled down 3 more stress off of it.
Ooh.
You're like a blinding flash of just deadly blades.
Finally, my fighting paid off. I didn't get a terrible roll.
Nice. Ale, what you doing?
So, Ale, though he is very smart, he is clear, like, he's got a pretty low physique. So there's really nothing he can do physically. So he's going to chance magic again.
Okay. Aaron, you remained behind in Ulthar, and next thing you know... Okay, tell me what you were doing in Ulthar right now.
Just going around being a cat looking for food.
All right, you were eating an exquisite dish of whitefish from the river. It was very good. And next thing you know, you're in this weird, musty old tomb that smells to your cat nose faintly of goat. And you are watching your friends just like... You're watching Stormweaver just like beat the ever-loving crap out of this weird tentacle monster with a glowing toad head, and then there's like this bizarre laughing thing of madness flying around the room. What were you trying to do, Ale, in addition? Were you casting ice at it?
I was going to attempt to chance my magic and probably try ice again, knowing that it doesn't work properly. So I was going to hope that maybe there would be a good effect that would happen if I tried. And then suddenly a little black cat just flew out of my hands. So right now I'm looking at my hands going, what the what in all of it? I don't conjure cats!
I can just imagine that happening and just seeing the cat flying out. I was like, Rawr!
Yes, that's exactly it. So
Aaron probably landed and just like looked back like, what the heck? I was having a good fish! By the way, not shy about food apparently. That's a new thing.
Nice. All right, so Aaron, you get your action. What do you want to do?
Complete confusion. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, and don't forget, there's a big troll in the room.
Oh yes, there's a big troll and a naked elf guy.
Okay.
The troll is also naked, by the way.
And a coyote man.
Yes, there's a coyote man.
Yeah, there's a big 10-foot-tall coyote man with a sword swinging at the monster.
Okay, we're going for the coyote man. We're going for the coyote man because sword.
Oh no.
What?
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh gosh.
Not
Go
Ale's.
for it. Go for it. Tell me what you're doing.
Not Ale's fluffy prince.
Okay, what I think we have him do. What kind of spell? What kind of spell should we use? Shit,
Hopefully not a
what's
harmful
around
one.
that I can use to possibly fling at this big man?
There's some stones, some treasure chests full of gold you could fling at them. They're quite heavy.
The treasure chest would be so ironic.
You know, yeah, I go for the gold.
All right, make a lore roll. I'll make a lore roll
Someone's
for you.
gonna have to do it for me. I'm on my
No
phone.
problem.
I don't want to get on my computer right now.
I
laid
understand.
down. You know, my computer's like right in front of me. I just don't want to get up.
Oh, you still
All
got
right,
capable-
Aaron. Suddenly, you're holding the sword, and you're looking at yourself across the room,
Oh my.
and yourself is going, "What the hell happened?" You have temporarily switched personalities with the Coyote Man. Because magic doesn't work right here.
No, there's a coyote man inside a little cat.
Yes. This feels weird. Winnie, what would naked elf Winnie like to do?
Naked elf male Winnie.
Yes, naked elf male Winnie. Thank you. Thank you, Josh.
He is. Oh, Chad's here.
So anybody wants to try more magic, I'll summon frickin' Chad.
I guess Winnie is going to use the seed and try to throw the things off guard with just some sort of a lie or something, just something to get them off their balance with everything.
Okay, yeah. Roll provoke, actually.
Okay.
Okay. Hang on. Okay. Basically, okay, how can I narrate this? Basically, male Winnie just kind of throws out the mom voice,
Oh gosh.
and everybody in the room just stops.
Can I just like stare at her while this is happening?
Yeah, you can just stare at him.
As a wolf man. I mean, a coyote man.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, you're a 10-foot tall coyote man now.
True.
Everything smells weird. Anyway.
Hi, Chad.
All right. So, Sax, what are you doing?
And
Sarek, stand here. Sarek. Okay, Sarex is going to, well, because Sarex right now is a very big troll, Sarex is going to pick up the treasure chest box and just throw it and just hurl it at the head of the toad squid creature.
God almighty, what would I... Okay, roll athletics?
Mm-hmm.
Seems like a pretty athletic... No, you can roll shoot. It's a ranged weapon. Yes, go for it.
Yes! Yes! Oh,
I would
troll
have said
smash!
physique because I thought it would be heavy.
Smash.
But then again, it's a turtle, so.
All right, you can buff that with fate point or two if you want.
Shape what, sorry?
You could buff that by two more, if you
Okay.
like.
Yes, I would like to.
Okay. So you spend your fate point, and the chest of gold knocks the thing upside the head. It's the Cthulhu monster is no longer stunned. Okay. Alright, Cthulhu monster's thoroughly confused at the moment.
I don't blame it.
Alright, so Cthulhu monster's holding his action. Stormweaver, what do you do?
Continue fighting it.
Okay, you're just gonna keep smacking at this thing. Okay, go for it.
It was attempting to swallow my head.
That's true. It was attempting to swallow your head, and you're... Holy dog crap. Okay. Good gravy. Okay, there we go.
Ooh.
All right. You whittle it down some more. It's hurt pretty badly. Black ichor is oozing from the glowing frog head. Okay. Ale.
Okay, I already had this planned out. Is it is it all possible that Ale could jump over, grab the black cat, which is currently Malorus, and like kind of jump away to get out of and to kind of get away from any kind of danger for a brief moment?
You could always use magic again to summon Chad. Chad's character.
Oh, do we have?
Yeah,
enough
you
time to
could.
do we have enough time to have Chad here?
Well, we got to finish this, and then Chad just came home, so why the hell not?
Yeah. I mean, if
We
you-
got to finish this weirdness.
Well, so far, magic has been working for you. So.
I mean, yeah, and apparently I'm the only one that's conjuring everyone, and you just pretty much attacked Malorus. I mean, shit.
You know, it was out of confusion. Don't blame me.
I will say that was kind of cool because it was like kind of real life. You would have been that confused and would have thought, oh, Coyote Man, scary, cat, attack.
Personally,
That
I would
was
have
literally
thought
the
that
first thought in my mind. Like, I didn't know. Like, when you were saying, "Oh no," I was like, "I'm not changing this idea."
Nice.
Yeah.
And then of course
All right, Chad, you on?
Wait, what?
I'm asking Chad if he's on. Oh, he's muted. Well, when you're
I am on. I'm just listening right now.
okay, well, we're going to summon you.
Okay.
All right. So here's what's going to happen. What is Agroth doing? He's in Ulthar right now. He's in his, teeny bopper body, and he's got his, what is he doing? Listening to Walkman.
Yeah, listening to the Walkman, playing with a slinky, just kind of bebopping around.
All right, cool. Holy crap. Okay, so what magic effect were you going for, Jory?
Okay, so I'm actually gonna I'm gonna try to put this as in character as possible because I want to make it appropriate for a summoning of a demon. So Ale does something he never thought he would ever do and thinks, if magic doesn't work properly, what will happen if I make a demonic sigil? So he uses his claws and makes a circle with a pentagram in it, and then uses magic while standing in the middle of the pentagram, and tries to throw. In his mind he's channeling the energy to make maybe a fireball at best. What comes out is a little 80s kid.
Yes. Agroth,
Okay.
you have been thrown from Ale's outstretched hands toward a tentacle monster that is being cut up, and a stunned-looking creature made of what looks like madness.
So like he throws a cat out of his hand that goes rear, and this time he throws like an 80s kid groovy.
By the way, I am so glad you're keeping to this 80s kid. 'Cause I love it.
I could just
And
imagine
of
just being
course-
teleported while playing with this slinky knife in the hand. Is like, well,
Yeah. Oh, and now the slinky's probably like damaged or something, flying on the floor. Like I just see Chad being like, "My slinky!"
I can imagine the slinky hitting the monster. Actually,
that too.
All right, so Chad, what is Agroth's response to this?
He's probably playing with the slinky and looking around, kind of befuddled, like, what the hell
You
is
are
going on?
probably the only person here who's used to being randomly pulled out of reality and thrown somewhere else.
Ale's just in the back throwing his hands up. I'm about to give up.
It's like. So,
Oh, by the way, in one part of the room, you see a naked elf man and a big troll wearing a crown on one ear and a demon-looking helmet on the other. They're both naked.
Are they like one's unconscious and one is conscious?
No, they're very conscious.
Oh, okay.
And there's a very confused-looking coyote man standing around with his sword, looking like he doesn't know what to do with it.
Same for a cat, a little black
And a
cat.
befuddled-looking cat.
Yeah, that's pretty much like the same look. He's just kind of like twirling around, like, what are you all doing?
I can just imagine that one meme from Pulp Fiction where something goes into
Yeah, totally. The John Travolta.
Chad, if we explained what was going on, you would think it's even weirder than what you see.
Just listen to the Twitch stream. It'll be amazing.
Yeah, I'm gonna be listening to that.
Just
All
let
right.
me trim down the first part. I started
Sure.
it way too early.
Who
Alright,
should
so-
I attack?
Where do you attack?
You actually asked that question, which was more than poor Aaron did.
Yeah, totally. Like, all right, who's first? And like cracks his neck.
Like
go
Aaron,
with-
like if
go
you
with
want to
the-
know what Aaron did though, Aaron's like, "What the heck, my food?" Because like he just finished eating something. I forgot what it was. Something?
This is a fish of some sort.
Yeah, fish. It was a very nice dish of fish. Little old lady left it out. It was delicious. It was great. Okay, so Chad, you get to start off. What does Agroth do here?
He goes straight up true form on everybody.
Is there enough room in this place?
Fortunately, yes.
Okay.
80s kid staggers back. What the hell, man?
He looks back down at the kid. Don't go far.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. All right. Okay.
And we'll attack the closest person that's not of his party to him.
Oh, good gosh.
Okay, that would be the weird rainbow creature that's cackling and laughing and shrieking.
Okay, good.
Okay.
That's at least that's someone that's not on our team that we are aware of.
I would roll fight, so I will roll that for you since you are not logged in.
Ooh.
Okay, Agroth, you pick up the madness elemental and rip it in half. It dies shrieking in agony. Okay, Winnie, naked elf man Winnie, please tell me what you're gonna do.
So we just have the Cthulhu thingy left, right?
Yeah, and it's looking pretty ragged.
I'm since it's kind of almost dead, I'm gonna try to look around for some clothing or something to cover myself because I'm cold.
Okay.
Winnie could always put on Sarex's clothes and probably fit.
Roll notice.
Let's all pause the fight so Winnie can get his clothes.
No, Winnie is doing this. Winnie,
He's doing it.
Winnie, do you want to get a fate point for this?
Say that again.
Do you want to get a fate point for this?
Yeah, sure.
All right. You just open up the coffin and start taking off the guy's clothes.
Perfect.
Oh my god!
I love this.
Desecrator of coffins.
Sarix, what are you doing? You could pick up the coffin lid and smack someone with it. You're big enough.
You ever got bitch slap with a coffin lid?
No, I'm going to pick up the coffin and the coffin lid and just...
Oh, okay. So after Winnie has thrown the body out and rifled through the corpse, you now pick up the coffin.
Going to pick up the coffin and the coffin lid and smash it against the creature like a pair of cymbals. What did you want me to
Fight. Roll fight. Roll fight, you psychopaths. Okay. With a sickening crunch, the creature just falls to the floor and melts.
Damn.
Okay.
And right here, we're going to fade to credits. I will start up. All right, let me get this note right. Agroth, 80s kid. Okay. All right. Then we've got Winnie, elf dude.
Not naked elf dude anymore.
No, you're not naked now, you've got clothes.
In ancient elf garb. So you look like a weird cosplayer from 40,000 years ago. All right. Sarix, still naked troll.
I'm gonna put that coffin as like a fake.
You're going to use the coffin lid as a jock. Okay, sure.
Oh, good god.
Troll and possible coffin lid jockstrap. That's going to take a crafts roll.
I think we redefined the word desecration.
Pretty much. You know, just when I think it can't get any weirder, Josh, you always deliver.
I love it. I love you guys.
Well, that's one of my aspects. Could I use that? Could I use my aspect? Why are you gonna
licked
make
a
it?
worm earlier.
Yes, you can get a point. Yes. At one point, Sarix was trying to jump on the back of a worm and ride it, and he would have failed, or they would have failed, except Josh is like, I'm going to lick the worm. And made it weird.
But I am very proud of myself because I did a really good job at fighting this session.
You did. All right, so I've got everybody pretty well down. You all have achieved your goal in this quest.
You forgot to put that Aaron and
I've got Aaron in Malorous body and vice versa.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That'll be weird for Ale.
Here's the thing. Like I said, Ale is confused about his feelings right now, and like they spent like 3 weeks. Okay, Ale spent the night in Maloris's tent once, and nothing happened. Okay, so so that's all that was going on with that.
Oh, by the way, KU and Chad, your characters were like left in that city for about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, gee. Okay.
Yeah, so you had been wondering where we were, I'm pretty
Probably,
sure.
yeah.
Oh, God.
Just straight left without him.
But, I'm sorry. I freaking call it just not Ale's fluffy prince.
Nice. Ale's fluffy prince. I'm going to put that in my notes.
Do we need to add that to one of the aspects? Because that'd be hilarious.
No, actually, that is on Malorus's character sheet now.
Oh my goodness!
No.
His he was a rugged mercenary. He's still a rugged mercenary captain, but one of his aspects is Ale's fluffy prince.
Will he be able to turn into Ale's Neko form?
Oh, into Aaron's? I haven't thought that far ahead, Josh.
Because
all the changes actually, all the changes will still be in effect when we start again, but they are temporary. So.
Okay, good. I like being a cat.
I know you do. It was basically I was rolling this random wild surge generator for magic, and the one was you were casting magic to hit Malorus, and basically it was like target caster and target switch personalities for like 2d10 rounds. So yeah, it was pretty nuts. All right, thank you all so much for an incredibly entertaining evening of worm riding, and y'all actually, that's the thing. Ku and Chad, y'all missed the village of cursed ducks.
Okay,
I'm
so
definitely going to be.
to listen back.
Yeah, and the fact that we're in a giant goat right now.
Yes, you're inside of a giant petrified goat goddess.
At least she's a goddess.
Hey. Well, imagine when it's like. No, so I think my favorite is like, just Skylar's like, I'd like a Stormweaver to fly around and see other entrances. Well, there's the eyes and the nostrils and the holes in the back. What holes in the back? The vagina and the anus.
I wasn't actually expecting you to say that. I thought someone like drilled holes somewhere else.
No, it's a giant goat goddess.
Of course, and everyone chose dignity and just went through the door in the belly.
Exactly. They went through the entrance that had been made in the stomach. But
surprising dignity, actually, considering
surprising dignity. Given what just transpired, yes, that was amazing dignity and restraint on y'all's part. It was really good.
Dignity,
it was also,
going
like...
through the belly to go down the stairs, not dignity, throwing coffins around.
Yes, pretty much. I mean...
Also, we were attacked by a lot of worms. My fault. However, I killed most of them.
Okay, so you're saying that you basically fixed your problem.
More or less.
You were a good boy for that.
Well, okay,
no, actually,
I also electrocuted everybody.
The person that killed most of the worms was Winnie.
Wait, I thought it was 6 out of 10.
Oh, you did get 6 out of 10, but the ones that were remaining and preparing to whip up on you, Winnie managed to get them to suicide against the rocks.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And also, yes, you're right. That was a pretty triumphant, awesome blast of lightning. The problem was everyone was knocked out by it.
Including Ale, the healer.
I'm sorry.
Except Winnie, because she wasn't on the ground.
Yeah, Winnie's the only one that did not get hit by it. And also Sarek, surprisingly.
So Sarek didn't get hit either. They were riding the front worm.
Okay, so Ale just got the brunt end of that.
Yeah.
the rest of Maloris's mercenaries got stunned just like Ale did, and Ale was just having a fit about it. He was tired of the shit.
Stick your shit, Stormweaver. Just picturing throwing things.
He was tired of Serex's shit too.
Stormweaver was yelled at so much.
Cerex killed one of Maloris's mercenaries and hurt Maloris. Ale's fluffy
Ale-
prince.
Ale is also getting hit on by a coyote man that is
Yeah.
currently the cat.
Which was not intended. Ale's very awkward about this stuff.
Well, and I had intended Maloris to be kind of like a kind of throwaway character, but because y'all started like bantering with him and like Ale started talking to him, and he misunderstood the flirting for that. It's like, well, make a character sheet. Okay, let's do that.
Like Ale is still a little perturbed about the puppy making comment.
Hey man, like the coils are gonna understand how dragons reproduce.
Well, and of course, Winnie did make sure that the men did not get eaten by the harpy. So
That is true too. Yes. Because Winnie is an expert liar after having done terrible things to people. She gaslights them and makes them forget that.
I mean, and who would have thought a blossoming romance between a coyote man and a dragon was made by
I didn't see it coming.
redoing your corsets. I mean, seriously.
Oh yeah, here for you guys who are in there who didn't get to see it, I'm going to repost. This is what Maloris looks like.
No. They're not in Roll20, are they?
Oh crap! You're not in Roll20. Okay, well I will have to load it into. Jesus.
Text chat.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking. Okay, text chat. Okay, desktop. There we go. Uploading. There he is.
Oh my gosh. This makes so much sense why I thought that Aaron would attack him so fast.
Right?
That was so perfect. Oh my gosh.
Personally, I would have been concerned about the monsters that were in there. Bizarre looking thing.
A cat sees a dog, a tentacle monster. The cat's going, unless that tentacle monster looks like a cucumber, the cat's going for the dog.
No, it was just like, dogs, my mortal enemy.
Right.
and now you've switched
I
bodies.
actually feel bad about that now, but at the same time, Aaron didn't know.
Right.
I didn't know.
That was brilliant. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. I have a lot to consider for next week.
We shall see how things go.
All right. Y'all take care, and I will see y'all next week. Have a good one.
Thank you,
Bye.
Tina.
Bye, Tina. Bye, Tina.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, everybody have a good night.